Welcome everyone to the video, and today I am excited to go on my favorite character and review him. My favorite character in the game. I know that's a bold statement to say about LANCELOT, but this man could do it all. He could do it all. Now, starting off, he has one of the best leads in the game at Legendary. He will increase allies' attack speed 20%. And in a turn-based game that this is, speed matters. You get more turns, you wrap around the opponents, you get lots of things happening. Also against bosses and critical events and harder endgame content, they are faster, so you need the speed. He is a controller, so he will get an increased stats in the order of attack, defense, and HP. He is a steed class, so it increases effect resistance centric abilities. So that's good against abnormal status effects. And he shines in the rain. In the rain, he receives great benefits. So let's go over some of his passives. So he has, when he uses skill number 3, it changes the weather to rain, which is important with this kit. And he gains damage dealt increase 2 for the rest of the battle as long as there's rain. Then he has a 100% chance to remove all debuffs from himself. So these are the harmful effects like the damage over time effects. And he has a 100% chance to gain damage taken decrease for the rest of the battle as long as the weather is rain. And you have 2 available uses for this. So if someone changes the weather on you, you could change it back to rain, which is beautiful. His second passive is when he's hit while the weather is rain, he gains a 15% max HP shield for 3 turns and recovery over time for 3 turns. And then at the level that I have him at, he inflicts lightning strike on all enemies for 1 turn, which deals 5% damage and reduces their critical strike rate by 5%. And then the final ability, when attacking while the weather is rain, he inflicts damage over time taken increase 3 for 3 turns and increases the duration of damage over time for 1 turn, which is huge. It is huge. Let's talk about my equipment that I have on him. I have him geared with attack and life. I want him to be very strong. I want him to have lots of life. And I'm using corrosion keepsakes. So the corrosion keepsake works beautifully with LANCELOT because after inflicting damage over time, it inflicts random damage over time on a target for 2 turns. So he is a Gorgos Slayer. He is very good against Gorgos. He is very good in a lot of the Forbidden Dungeon. He is very good in PvP. His relics are amazing. I don't have his green relic, but his green relic inflicts bleed, and that's the main part of and then confusion, which they can attack a random enemy or ally, and it reduces their effect resistance by 5%. That's okay. What I'm using in the Forbidden Dungeon and in my main story content is his Flame Relic. His Flame Relic, it inflicts burn on the SP1. SP2, you stun them so you can do nice control effects on pesky characters that are healing or doing major stuff. You can stun them. And then my favorite, the S3, attack all enemies 2 times for a nice amount of damage and more damage based on his max HP. That's why I have him geared with HP. And 80% chance for each hit to inflict burn for 1 turn. And the amount of burns and how fast he goes, he will inflict a lot of burns and it does tons of damage. There was a Forbidden Dungeon node where the boss had damage immunity and I just kept burning him to death. So I couldn't do damage, but the damage over time effect was there, just burning them. Now for PvP, I love his Ice Relic. I love it. I love it. It has a chance to inflict chill. So same old. Another attack for chill. And you can inflict 3 chill on here with the SP2. But the SP3 is beautiful. Does a lot of damage. And when I get it to level 6, it's going to have a 55% chance to inflict freeze for 1 turn. So they can't do anything. And I'm using turn meter manipulation with Morgan and Claudus. So that is going to reduce their turn meter and their chance to freeze and just let things go off. So in the Forbidden Dungeon, there was a node where you had the shamans and they heal, and when one dies, they resurrect them with full life. Well, you have to freeze them. So I had to change his equipment, and I had to give him more ability accuracy. You want to have the ability accuracy high. Right now, I only have it, effect accuracy. Right now, I only have it at 60%. But against that node where I really needed these guys to freeze, I had it at about 90%. So we need to switch the gear on him. We definitely want to get him as fast as possible. He does wonderful things with speed. And let's go ahead and test him out in the Coliseum. We're going to go ahead and face off against, this other Lancelot team. And we're going to use the team that I did in the last video, but you're going to see the freeze effect on both potentially, because he has a Lancelot and I have a Lancelot. So starting off, we're going with turn meter manipulation. Then we're going with the freeze. We just froze Guinevere. So if we can kill her before she does her shield, then that's going to do... See, he just froze my team. So half the guys have been frozen there. So now he inflicts chill. And they're going off on their team, which is fine. Claudus is probably going to die because she always dies. She's weak. There we go with another freeze. And the hit right there. Yeah, Claudus is going to die. That's fine. We're going to do some more turn meter manipulation. Hit him with the chill. There we go. Sergius has fallen. Do some more turn meter manipulation. Now she has invincibility. So now I have to turn that off. Now I have to turn auto off. And let's go ahead and do the damage increase taken on Bedivere. We'll go for some hit with chill. Plenty of chills. Let's take him out. And this is a punch up, this team. Okay, I have to wait for Guinevere to finish her turn. So we're just going to attack her with the basics. Oh, she's done with that. Okay, so now we'll just finish her off. But as you can see, this was a punch up. This is in Master. This was a punch up. And he was able to use the bleeds effectively. Now let's do a harder content in the game in story mode. And I'll just show you how effective the burns are. So let's go to, we're in hell. Let's do 2-3. Let's see this one. Okay, so to start off, we're going to do the attack speed 20%. Let's put in our Gillian for the healer. And we're going to go with this team, but we're going to go with the Flame Relic this time. We're going to go with the Flame Relic. So it's going to do a lot of burns. So let us go for the burns. Right there. Bam. Tons of burns. This guy right here has 5 burns on him. Now, the keepsakes, having that is super important. Having the keepsake set for corrosion is super important for the burns. It is just wonderful. It is just wonderful. So they just burn out, and this is what happens. And then you do turn meter manipulation, And then we're going to get another turn in. So now we're going to go and burn them even more. There's more burns. Okay. We'll take this guy out. And we'll do some more turn meter manipulation. So you see how the speed and everyone gets Morgan. So she's definitely a great work with Lancelot. There we go. They still haven't gotten a turn, and we're going to go with even more burns. So they're getting even more burnt right there. And that's going to finish them off. And just tons of burn, and this really helps you. Now, let's do the stun. Let's inflict stun. Or not, we could just kill him off. But that's Lancelot. He's like really fast. He's really strong. You could gear him with ability accuracy, effect accuracy, and vigor. You could give him attack and health like I do. There's plenty of ways to run him, but he's super versatile. You need to freeze people, you freeze people. You need to burn people, you burn people. He's just super amazing. And if you look at his chivalry, I do have him at 7 right now. I have been investing a lot into him. The next one, when he receives damage over time, he's going to inflict lightning strike, so even more debuffs for 1 turn on a single enemy. And then at number 9, he gets more effect resistance, so he's going to be able to resist the opponent's Lancelot's freeze or other damage effects. And then he has 10% more HP. And then at number 10, he gets the elemental compatibility, which makes him more versatile in use against weaker opponents, and 10% defense. He is a fantastic character. I want to max him out as much as possible. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more King Arthur content. Comment below and let me know what you think. And I will talk to you in the next video. Take care.